सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ओंकारं सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ओंकारं सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ओंकारं सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ओम शांति शांति शांति. The sound of silence is quite a mysterious word, a phrase. Normally, if you say there is a sound or there is no sound, and that is a silence. But the mystics always talk about another sound, a sound which is not created by clapping of two hands or by the friction of two things. Anahadanath, a sound which is created without any clapping, without any friction of two things. It comes itself out. This is the sound of silence. In this mysterious sound, you are not hearing anything, but still you have to listen it. In old Vedic traditions, they have called it Om. It's not O-M, Om, that is A-U-M, Om. How will you pronounce it? After these three sounds, there is one more sound, which is a sound of silence. So to create this sound of silence inside you, you have to repeatedly say Om, Om, Om in a special manner. Buddhist monks say in another way, some people say in another way, but this sound of silence, if you want to hear, you have to hear from inside of yourself. In other traditions also, they are looking for the same. It's not a property of only Hindu religion or Vedantas. It belongs to the universum, because the silence is not a property of one religion or one particular class of that religion. It's for whole universum, not only for humans. The sound of silence you can feel when you detach all your five senses from this world, and then you try to experience your things, your world, your universum and yourself in another dimension, where you use your sixth sense, the sense of balance. So how it works? Have you ever seen a man who can't see properly, or a blind man? You can see that one sense is not working, so he is having four senses. And then what happens in his brain? The other sense, one of other sense, take up that work, which will start working more. That's why you can see a man, a person who is a handicap, have some other talent which come out of is another sense. There are people who don't have the hands. For one or two reasons, their hands are cutted or are not working, then they can write with their foots. So this is the human's property. This is the property of life itself, to find out the way how it works. So this is the effect of one sense. If you detach your second, third, fourth and fifth, all senses, how your brain will work. It will become a siddha. A siddha person who has control over his five senses gets another siddhis, another powers from another universe. And where you will see that the person is sitting in a silence. He has experienced that music of silence. When you say Omkara doesn't make any sense, because this word has no meaning. It's just a symbol of silence. But when you sing it with heart, then you start experiencing this particular sound which it creates. Just do this repeatedly for several times. You can do it 100 times. You can do it 1,000 times. You can do it more and more. Or you can do it just like that without counting. It doesn't matter. But you have to concentrate on the vibrations and the frequencies of this sound. On a particular level, you will reach to a state where you will cut off all your senses, and you will be immersed in this sound. And then you will feel another frequency in another plane, and that sound will be the sound of silence. First, your body will start vibrating. You will feel the vibrations which you have never felt, and you will hear some sounds in your ears like chin, 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 chin. And then these sounds will become more and more intensive. On a particular level, you will stop hearing from outside world. You will only hear these sounds. And after a while, you will develop more. Inside your sight will become more proper, more clear. And then you will start listening a special music. A music of very fine magician. It's God himself. You know, when you are sitting in a big room, a big hall, people are talking, making noises, and if you switch on some music here and there with normal volume, you will not hear that music. But if you strictly ask these people, okay, now please stop talking, shut up, I want to listen this music only, and then you will see that you can feel that music. Similarly, when we stop listening from outer world, we sit in ourselves, then only we can listen the universal music created by the God himself. Anhatnath. Continuous dance of Shiva. He's dancing. Shiva is dancing. Whole materialistic world is dancing on one vibration, on one tone, and that is the silence, the tone of silence. is very special. There are lots of traditions who ask you to do different kind of bizarre things, I have to say. But the mystic always try to show you the way. No, go only for this one particular mantra, and that mantra is made up of 5 words, 5 syllables, or some kind of sounds which don't make any sense. Like in the chakra meditation and kundalini meditation, you have lam, vam, ram, yam, hum, om, om. These 7 sounds for 7 chakras. But the last chakra works with the sound of silence. So actually, in each of these sounds, we have that particular sound inside it. The hum sound, humming of that vibrational sound is always there in these words or these sounds. Like a bhavra, like a fly making zoom, 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 zoom sound. The zoom sound, if you concentrate on that sound or create yourself inside you, you can feel that vibration inside you, the vibration of silence. So how you can feel it? Simply saying Omkara will not help you. Simply saying Om, Ek Omkar will not help you. First you have to clean yourself. First you have to have control on your 5 senses. You have to shut down that outer music if you want to listen your inner music. You have to shut down all these attractions from outer world, which you are perceiving from your sight, from your smell, from your taste, from your touch, and from your hearing. Then only you can have the experience of inner sound. So you have to meditate. You have to become a silent person. That's why there is a tradition in India that a lot of rishis, a lot of mystic people stop talking. They don't talk. We say it Mauna Vrata, fasting. The fasting by not talking. It's not only when you fast you have to stop eating. Eating is one part of the 5 senses. There is one more method of fasting, not talking. So they fast by not talking and try not only to stop talking outside, but to not talk from the inside also. I'm concentrating on one sound of silence. And the practice for different times, it can take 5 years, it can take 10 years, it can take 1 life, it can take 10 lives. But the day you will cut off your connections with the outer world, you will start listening that music, the music of silence, the music created by the best musician in the world, God Himself. God has created so many things. He didn't do it with His hands because He don't have a hand. Creator don't have a hand. How is it possible? We are human beings. We think in our ways, and we think whatever happens best in the world, in the universe, is done by the humans or something which is similar to humans. No, there is something bigger than that. Much, much bigger. We are very small in front of it. We are actually nothing. We are so small, even we can't compare it. We are negligible. But we are the part of it. We are the basic unit of this universe. We are the basic unit of this creator. We are the basic universum of this creation. I always say the creator and creation are not two things. There is no beginning, no end. Creator was not created by anybody because he is the creation himself, but it doesn't work with the normal human mind and brain and intellect. How is it possible? There is no book which don't have the start and end, but there is one book God has created in this universe which has no starting, no end. This is circular. If somebody asks me how mysterious this talk is, how is it possible? There must be end, there must be beginning. But then that is not a godlyhood. It's not God himself. It's not the creation of God. Then I say there is something else. For example, if you see a circle and ask somebody what is the beginning and the end of the circle, they don't know. They can't specify one point. Each point is the beginning and the end of the circle. Each point is the beginning and end of the circle. Similarly, if I start today now, this is the point where everything was started. This is the point where everything will stop. This is the basic unit, I, me. And we have to just find out, who am I? What am I? Because the day we learn what we are, we will also learn the properties of God himself, the creator, the creation. We are the smallest particle in this world. We are the smallest experience of all the experience in this universe. But to experience ourselves, we have to detach ourselves from the outer world. And detach means not like that you have to cut your hands, you have to remove your eyes. No. You have to just stop that perception from outer world. You have to just turn your perception from outside to inside. The day you will learn the trick, the day you will master the technique, you will become a mystic. And then only you will learn how to think. Now we are not thinking. We are living in this world. We are not thinking. We are working. We are working like a robot. Action and reaction. We are just doing action and reaction. And sometimes only the whole life we are doing reaction and reaction. Somebody give an action and we just give the reaction. And then an action and then a reaction. And sometime happens reaction and a reaction and a reaction and a reaction. Now is the time we are living where we are just busy with all the reaction part of it. There is no action anymore. No evolution. There are revolutions. No evolution. No change in the DNA of mankind has been seen. Why? So many years. No evolution. Because now the evolution should take place at the level of mind, at the level of intellect, which is not happening. We are not using our brains. Sorry to say that. We are not using our brains, and there is no question of using properly then if we are not using that all. You see how the scientists have found out that there are people who can use their 5% brain, 2% brain, and they are the intelligent people in the world. The rest of the brain goes waste. And there are the yogis who have cutted all their connection with the outer world, but still they can use their 100% brain, and then they can travel from one place to another with their imagination only. They can learn everything just by sitting in silence. So mysterious is this, not? Everybody has the right, everybody has the chance to do it, but still we are not ready for it. Why we are not ready for it? Why I said like that? We are now living in a time which is near to end time, as the people say. But I say no, this is not end time. There is always a start of a new thing, new thought, new ideology. So now is the time of transformation. There are people who say that Shiva is the destroyer. I don't believe in it. Shiva is not a destroyer. He transforms. That's why he is the god of meditation. He is not a god of intellect or mind like Brahma. He is not a god of people living in this world like Vishnu, where you do the bhakti and you get him. No, Shiva is the symbolized figure of meditation knowledge of transformation, how you can transform from one thing to another. There is never destruction. There is no destruction possible in this universe, because we are made up of same element, one thing. We came all from one place and one thing which made us. This is a silence. First there was nothing. There was silence. Out of silence came out everything. First noise of silence, first tone of silence, they say it was Omkara. There is a difference saying Om and feeling Omkara itself. Just to understand Omkara, you have to say it thousands of times to feel it. You have to say it millions of times. So by listening the sound of silence inside of you, you can experience the beginning and the end of the universe. God bless.